Welcome back to this module. In this video, we'll present different user profiles and give recommendations for improving your learning. So this is basically related to the activity one that you have done prior to watching this video. So based on previous research in this area, we have identified distant learning pathways undertaken by different users using the same MOOC. Based on these trajectories, we provide recommendations of how your own learning trajectory using MOOC could be improved. So let's see how prepared you are to take a MOOC. This is the question you have to answer. You will undertake this MOOC because A. You like the subject matter of this course. B. This course is part of your studies. C. You are interested in the structure of this course. If your answer is A, that is, you like the subject matter of this course, then you are probably someone who wants to learn a new topic, what we have called a committed learner, or someone who is looking for specific knowledge. A shopper. In this category, we also find late starters, users who start later, and those who register and then never sign in again, what we have called ghosts. If your answer is B, that is, the course is part of your studies or work, you might feel an obligation to do the course, so your profile might be that of a forced user. If your answer is C, that is, you are interested in the structure of the course, then you might have a browser profile, that is, you simply want to browse around the course. If you are a committed learner, and you dedicate a significant number of hours to the course, relate to other participants, willingly explore and engage with the content of the course, and complete the majority of the assignment offered in this class, then you tend to have a good self-discipline when it comes to learning. You engage easily in an online course and have the ability to exploit its potential for your own learning. If you consider yourself as a committed learner, these recommendations could help you enhance your learning process. So first of all, we thought about goal setting. Consider why you are taking this course, what grade you might want to earn, or how you plan to achieve that goal. It might also be important to keep a calendar of all the important dates of the course. Try to read other materials which enable you to develop critical thinking about the subject matter. And utilize your social media to collaborate with other classmates who might need some support. Try to maintain a high motivation, for instance, celebrating small achievements or taking regular breaks to help you switch off. If you have registered for a course because you want to access some specific knowledge areas covered in this course, you might be a learner with a high understanding of what you might want to learn from each course. Your desire to learn is based on intrinsic motivation, often leading to positive results when it comes to learning objective. In this aspect, you might want to follow these recommendations. Goal orientation. Revise periodically. Why did you want to learn this material and your outcome expectations? Also, you might want to dedicate time specifically for the areas you might want to learn. Keep a calendar of the dates when your content will be published and the deadlines of any assignment submission. We also suggest that you might want to join the forums and collaborate with other users who might need your help and advice. If you happen to start a MOOC later than the rest of the students, be aware that it might be harder to finish the course and to integrate in the community discussion. You will need to complete the course in a shorter time period, and you might face some problems getting engaged in the community discussion. So keeping these ideas in mind, you might want to look at these suggestions to improve your learning experience. Late starters might benefit from taking time to improve their organization. So rather than starting with the material from the current week, it might be useful to start from week 1. Stress management. When trying to catch up with other students and doing all the pending work, try not to get stressful. Plan your time carefully, allocating specific time for the catching up work to be done. Dedicate some time to introduce yourself in the discussion forums and dedicate some time for engaging with the community. not just with the course material. And as well, returning to discussions of earlier weeks could help you integrate better in the community. If you have registered for a course, what we have called a ghost profile, but at no time sign in, then you might want to take into account these recommendations. Users with this profile could define very clearly their goals prior to registering to an online course. It might also be useful to assign some time weekly to the course. Take some time to reflect on your own objectives and your personal decisions to register for this course. And if you cannot assign specific time for the course, it might be better not to register to a MOOC and do it later. It's not that you're never going to do a MOOC, but perhaps this is not the right time for you to do a MOOC. And perhaps do it later when you are a bit more productive, and the course then could be more useful for you. And prior to starting a MOOC, you might want to ensure it is relevant for your learning objectives. If you are registering to a MOOC because it is part of your employment or student training, and you are expected to do this course, you may start very enthusiastic but tend to get frustrated in the process or simply lose your motivation throughout the course. If this is your profile, that is, you have an obligation to do this course, then we suggest you to look at how you can improve your time management and self-regulation competencies, such as structuring your own learning environment, so for instance setting up a routine, plan and assign some time every day or week to do the courses and the assignments. Also, we suggest you try to avoid distractions, example keeping your mobile switched off for the time you dedicate for studying. You might also want to talk to your boss or to your lecturer about how the studying time could be part of your working or studying scheme. And we also thought that reevaluating the situation, so for instance reassessing whether any type of content could be reoriented towards any personal interest you might have, or whether this could be an opportunity for you to make new contacts could be useful for your learning experience. We also suggest you do not leave assignments until the last minute, and to seek help when you feel you do not understand something, or how something works, or any part of the content. There's always somebody who wants to help you. Set some time aside to engage in forums, to meet other fellow students following the same course. If, on the other hand, you are a lecturer, developer, or simply curious, in other words, what we have called a browser, and you might want to learn about the structure of the MOOC and how it functions, you tend to have very clear objectives of why you are taking this course. So users in this profile, a browser profile, might want to think about these suggestions prior to starting a course. So we suggest you keep a journal about the interesting aspects that you like about the course, and to allocate some time to observe the MOOC at different phases of the course. Define clearly which type of user you are so you can tailor the course according to your needs. Negotiate your expected goals with the course coordinator. And join the forums and collaborate with other users who might need your help and advice. So, in this video, we have seen how you can improve your learning process simply by adjusting a little bit your own behavior, presetting your learning goals, and designing your own learning trajectory. Learning in a MOOC is very much dependent on self-regulation competencies, that is, the competencies as we have seen in the first video, to plan, perform, and evaluate the learning process autonomously. In this video, we have asked you to identify your user profile, and we have elaborated 6 typical users of MOOCs and how you could improve learning, taking into account a number of recommendations prior to starting the course. MOOCs can have different users, and not all the users look for the same things when they are using a MOOC. And they are very effective and a fun way to learn if each user tailors their own usage in a MOOC. But of course, if you are taking a course, we ask you to stop and think about your own user profile.